Guess who? Happy Halloween. How is Halloween treating me? Well, I could do without the children, but suppose I don't mind the aura of it all. It does make it a little bit easier to get by, get away with things. Dreadfully sorry for being late, but I had a few things I had to take care of. Nothing important. Don't you worry. It doesn't matter, but I'm here, so that's what matters. But good afternoon, or morning or evening, whatever time of day it may be for you. Hope everyone is doing well. Tough question. I think I will plead the fifth for now. Don't you worry. It is nice to be here again, though. I was looking forward to seeing you all. Let us hope nothing goes wrong. Oh, I forgot to ask. I hope everything sounds alright. Probably should have tested that beforehand. But I was just so excited to start. Good, good. Let's see. Oh, there's so many things we could talk about today. I wonder where we should start. Yes, I enjoy the music as well. I have a second one as a backup. Hopefully, I do not get copyrighted for it. Seems there are some pests outside. Hopefully they don't get in the way. Oh, they have Halloween candy, Let's see. As much as I enjoy... Let's see. As much as I enjoy sweets, I don't really eat candy much. But... maybe lollipops? I like having something to chew on. It looks like it's finally starting to get cold. Guess that means more animals are gonna start bothering me. As long as I don't make too much noise, I guess that's fine. What flavor? Let's see. I think I like butterscotch the most. Ugh. Do I have any Halloween celebrations or traditions? No, not particularly. I'm not very fond of any holiday. But I guess you could call it a tradition to stay in and try my best to block out the screaming children in my neighborhood. Other than that, I don't do anything around this time of year. I shut completely down. All the lights off in the house. Doorbell with tape on it. I don't want anything to do with this holiday. But this is a bit different, because I'm not by myself this time. Of course, I think a date with a dark aura, low candlelights, some nice ambiance would be a very fun thing to do around this time of year. Besides, it means I get to play a bit of a trickster, which I don't mind doing. Coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. Well, I am partial to sweets, but I don't mind a coffee once in a while. Sometimes I need it when I'm going back to work. Yes, I would say I am partial to savory foods. When it comes to meals, I definitely like a bit of salt. Did I celebrate Halloween at all as a child? I didn't celebrate anything as a child. Well, can't really say holidays were a big thing for me. Spicy foods are alright, but not too much that it takes away from the actual taste. I don't mind it, but it's not something I cook myself very often. Though I do wonder how you would feel about it. I'd like to see what your limits are. I wouldn't mind feeding you. That's actually not a bad idea. But that can wait. I wonder, how cold has it gotten for everyone else? Be nice to be able to, stay in a bit and warm up with each other. It's just the right amount of cold here to be able to cuddle up and not be too warm. I think that'd make a good evening. Plus, it tends to get a bit chilly in the basement, so, Looks like it's getting a bit chilly for everybody then. Guess that means I have some date plans to make. Warm for you? I guess I can make some arrangements. Oh, I wonder if it's too cold for a walk. I think a nice, cold evening walk would be nice. At least, if no one bothers us. Though I can be sure that doesn't happen. I know quite a lot of spots that we could be alone. Do I like the sunset? Yes, actually. One of my favorite times of night next to sunrise. Sunsets once it finally starts to cool off. It's also the best time to get started with anything, you know, private. Do with that what you will. Looks like my neighbor's dog is barking again. I could do without them. I do wonder how you could stand having that much noise in the house all the time. Let's see. Do I have a side hustle? Interesting question. I suppose you could say I have some hobbies. Nothing else I do for pay, but a handful of things that I take very seriously. But that wouldn't be any fun giving that away, would it? Let's just say I like to go people watching. Oh, what's my favorite book genre? I like that question. Though I do tend to be a bit busy when it comes to my other hobbies. I don't always have time for them. But I do like picking up a good thriller every now and again. Plus, it can give me some good ideas sometimes. It sparks my imagination a bit. See, now that I have my darling, everything turns into a good evening date idea. I'm constantly coming up with ways to pass the time with you. I wonder if reading a good thriller out loud on a cool night might be a good way to pass the time. Peaceful is a very interesting choice of word. But I suppose you could say I enjoy the quiet. But not too much. I do like a little white noise. After all, if it's quiet, that means it's harder to get away with things. You know, like trying to get into my house in the middle of the night. Isn't that quite embarrassing? Trying to unlock your door and trying to avoid making as much noise as possible. Don't want to bother the neighbors. Ominous. I don't know what you mean. I think that's a pretty common occurrence, is it not? I know I said I enjoy the quiet, but sometimes the quiet is also a bit boring. I think a little noise every once in a while is okay. Do I like to watch movies with you? I suppose I wouldn't mind. But I would have to have complete control over what we watch. I do wonder how you'd work with a slasher. Some sort of suspenseful horror movie. And you could cling to me whenever you get scared. I bet that'd be a fun way to spend a Halloween night. I think everything is going just fine with me and my darling. It may seem quick to them, but I've waited a long time to get to this point. So it's not as much of a rush for me. But I do look forward to seeing how things play out. How much resistance will directly correlate to how well things go from this point on. Favorite Halloween movie? I don't think I have any favorite in particular. Most of them don't really stick with me very well. But I guess Psycho's a classic. Favorite music genre? Tough question. I don't really spend much time listening to music as much as I'd like to. I just hum to myself a lot. But I guess I could never go wrong with classical. It makes good background noise. Musicals. Can't say I'm particularly fond of them. A little too upbeat for me. Do I enjoy cooking for you? Of course. Any meal of the day, I don't mind. I'd much rather cook for you than let you do anything for yourself. You don't have to worry about that with me, after all. I'm here to spoil you. So, try not to step out of your lane. But speaking of, I wonder what I should cook tonight. What would make a good Halloween meal? Phantom of the Opera. I think I would be okay with watching that. Do I dance? I can't say that I do. I know a bit of ballroom dancing, but I've never had anyone to try it with until now. Perhaps I should pick it back up again? I'm sure that'd be fun. Nothing suspicious, of course. I'd never try anything sneaky on such a trickful night. You can trust me. Would I ever consider getting a pet fish? Perhaps. Though it would have to stay upstairs. I'm not very fond of animals, but fish tend to be fairly low maintenance. Do I ever plan to get a pet? Not anytime soon. I really do not like having other living beings in my house. Besides, I want to be able to devote all my attention to you, not some pest. Calling cereal soup sounds like something that you would do just to upset me. You can be quite a tease. Favorite recipe? Well, I do have a yellow cake that I make from scratch every time. It's not always the same. I like to make changes every now and again. But it is a go-to when I'm looking for something simple or sweet. It also doesn't take too long, so it's something quick to give to you as well. Any strange food pairing I like? I don't think so. I'm very particular about what goes together. Favorite cake flavor. I think I'd stick to simple ones. Marble, yellow, vanilla. They're easy to work with. Do I enjoy looking at paintings? Perhaps. I guess I don't mind them. But breaking down art is a bit of a task. Though I do like looking at paintings that focus on the mind a bit. Paintings that display emotions. I like when art is difficult to piece together. Something that's based on experiences alone. Something you don't understand unless you know it yourself. What was my favorite school subject? Ugh. What a lovely question. Tough. I don't really remember my subjects very well. I just blocked it out. I just made it through my classes well enough to graduate and get out of that place. But I guess you could never go wrong with English. What would I be if I weren't a doctor? I wonder. I did only decide to be an optometrist because I thought it'd be my best way out. But aside from vision, I didn't have that many passions. I wouldn't want to be somewhere with a lot of chaos, which means I definitely would not want to be in a place with children. So perhaps just a regular office job may have been better. Favorite book that I read in English. I can't say that I remember many of the things that I read in English. I guess The Crucible was funny in its own sick way. No, I can't say I've ever gone out of my way to do that. I cannot be bothered to get my hands dirty. I don't particularly like being out in nature. It's not fun for me. The dirt, the bugs, the wild animals. It's just asking for a mess, and I could do without it. Would I like to read a storybook with you? I wouldn't mind reading to you. Ugh, how annoying. What a way to interrupt. I suppose it can't be helped. I do wonder what kind of book would be nice to read out loud. Do I speak any other languages? Not at the moment. I know some basics of ASL, but that is about it. Perhaps I will look into another language, though. My dream date. I have so many ideas I couldn't even imagine what the perfect date would be like. I'd have so many plans I wouldn't be able to fit it into one day. I think the best kind of date is where all of my attention goes to you. All of your attention is on me. So perhaps a day off from work, when I can spend the whole day start to finish with you in the basement. Just one-on-one time, looking at you, and that's it. Yes, of course, the basement. That's your room, remember? I guess I wouldn't mind letting you out once in a while. But there'd have to be some arrangements made. I couldn't let you wander around freely, you know. Funny, because being alone in the basement with you is what gives me butterflies. Upstairs privileges, perhaps, with some restrictions made. I know it does get a bit lonely, but you can wait for me, right? Trust me, it gets plenty lonely where I am at work. I spend all day thinking about coming back home. Gardening, huh? I wonder. I don't know if I would risk letting you outside. But maybe if we're together, I can trust you in the backyard. But once again, with restrictions. I'm not taking any risks. Yes, when I was looking for a house to buy for myself, I specifically wanted one with a basement. That was one of my only requirements. I didn't really care how big the house was. Anything within my price range that had a basement and was preferably in a quieter neighborhood. That was all I wanted. Though it seems like not a lot of houses have basements. At least, not as much as they used to. A lot of newer houses just have garages, and that's about it. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted a space that was much more isolated from the rest of the house. The neighbors will find things suspicious if they see you in chains. Well, they can mind their damn business. This isn't about them. Ah, bracelet making. I almost missed that one. I don't really wear bracelets, but if we made them together, maybe I'd consider it. Though I might be afraid of wearing it. I wouldn't want to mess it up. I'd rather keep it somewhere special. Well, I think it would be nice to create a special piece of jewelry for each other. Yes, I think not having neighbors at all is the best option, but I won't let myself get that carried away. Well, I don't think I can say my tone is the least suspicious of them all. But asking for a basement for private work and a place to keep tools doesn't sound too suspicious out of context. Yes, I picked the house with the basement after I met you. I wanted to prepare to have you somewhere. I think making special belongings for each other is a romantic idea. I think that'd be a fun way to spend an evening. Well, I was already in a place where I needed to look for a place to stay. I was just getting out of my college dorm, after all. But the requirements changed a bit once I met you. I was only, an assistant then, so I wasn't full-time. Ah, see, I love giving gifts. I'm not exactly the most crafty person. I do somewhat enjoy knitting. Crocheting is all right. But overall, that is about as far as my engagement with arts and crafts go. Well, I wouldn't mind you cooking for yourself. With my supervision, of course. But I don't cook anything made by other people. I very much prefer to see my food being made in front of me, and even then, I don't always trust it. But the idea of you feeding me is a little enticing, so I might consider it. Do I have a favorite flower? Well, you know I'm partial to gardenias. But I would say anything that can withstand the cold and some mild bruising is appealing to me. Yes, I suppose you could call it love at first sight. You did definitely get my attention, but engaging with you, hearing your voice, that was enough to seal it in place for me. I do wonder how things would have gone for me had I taken a culinary arts class. Maybe that would have been a good backup had I not focused so much on being an eye doctor. Feelings are a little difficult to document. The time frame on them is a bit difficult. But I would say that I knew very quickly that I was going to be spending more time with you. How I went about doing that, I wasn't too sure yet. But I think it all worked out pretty well, in my favor, and in yours as well. Do I have any goals? It's a bit difficult to come up with anything that's rather tame. I think maybe just having multiple days in a row, not broken up by work, being able to spend my time one-on-one with you. Anything else? Well, I'll leave that to your imagination. How would I react to hearing my darling talk to themselves? I'm no place to talk. I do it too. Though I'd probably be a bit curious. I'd listen in a bit. I'm nosy like that. But I'm in no place to judge. Camping. Ugh, what a nightmare. I can only imagine how dirty that would be. I would much rather confide in, the comfort of my own home than even think about stepping outside into the wilderness. Ice skating, It's a very intricate sport. I wonder if my balance is good enough for it. Suppose I wouldn't mind giving it a try. Though, I can only imagine how cold that would be. Not too fan of being overly bundled up. busy. What convenient timing. Wonder how many more planes and helicopters are going to go above my house. How do I feel about hiking? Again, I'm not too big about the wilderness, but I do go on jogs every morning. So, I guess I may consider doing a hiking trail. Though I'm not too big on going uphill, so maybe not. I suppose being so active on the ice is probably going to keep you warm. Guess I'll have to think about it. Would I ever let you talk to the neighbors? Absolutely not. They can rot for all I care. I want absolutely nothing to do with them. They have absolutely no business talking to either of us. And I most certainly will not let them talk to you if they ever see you. They have no reason to. They can mind their business and I'll mind mine. Simple as that. In fact, I can count on one hand the amount of time I've spoken to any of my neighbors in my neighborhood. And I could probably be just fine keeping it that way. I'd rather not engage with any of them. Not even on Halloween. Well, as far as I know, at least as far as I have heard, and through my own investigation have found out on my own, none of them have children, so they have no reason to be active that day. Making friends. I'm all you need. You shouldn't have to worry about making new friends. I promise I will take up as much of your free time as possible. So you don't have to look at anybody else, okay? What, am I not enough for you? Please. I promise I can satisfy every need you'd have. No reason to be looking for it anywhere else. I will keep you company every moment I can. And that's all you need, right? So, there's no reason to look for anyone else. You have no reason to even look in anyone else's direction. I'd like to keep it that way. Not even a fish. I mentioned before that I wouldn't be completely opposed to having a fish as a pet. But if it was just going to turn into competition, then it wouldn't last very long. I'm not inviting anything into my house that could take your attention away from me. And I think that should be a given. Yes, I suppose I could cook it, but I wouldn't do that. That's not the most fun way I could go about that. Exactly. I don't think it would make a very good meal either. I'd rather not touch it with my bare hands. I most definitely would not want something like that on my skin. I could find another way to dispose of it. Snake or tarantula, practically looking for pests to invite in the house. No, I wouldn't even dare. Not something that needs that much care. Too much attention. Oh, how would I feel if you randomly gave me a hug? It might be a bit embarrassing, actually. But I would invite it. I think I'd like that quite a lot. I hope you'd accept it if I did the same to you as well. Knocking you out with my fist. No, that was a chair. I picked up a chair from the desk nearby. Remember when you were filling out those forms? I love hugs myself. Only from you, though. No one else. I don't want anybody else touching me. No, don't mind the bat. It doesn't matter. You should be looking at me, remember? Well, you ended up fine. I healed you up just fine. So, don't worry about it. I can make it up to you, I promise. I'll be sure to give you as much love and attention as you need. A birthday on Halloween or November 1st. By the way, I think that's a very interesting time to have a birthday. I'm sure that's fun, depending on how old you are. But I hope you have a happy birthday. I know the attention's going to be on you all day, but don't forget about me, okay? Oh, please, I wouldn't have hit you that hard. I wouldn't want you to be hurt after all. I had to make sure you were in perfect condition for my attention after. I just needed to knock you out, that was all. I told you, that's not important. You should be looking at the person holding it, not the weapon itself. I mean, not that it's a weapon. It's a tool for a sport, after all. Ah, well, happy birthday to you too. Belated birthday. Oh, are you worried about me? That's cute. But I promise, I wasn't hurt at all. No biggie. Fake. Well, we don't know if it's recent or not. It could have been there for a while. So, nothing to worry about. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't look at it. Seeing you worry over me is a little exciting. I think I like this attention. I might have to do it more often. Yes, I do like to roll up my sleeves. It keeps them out of the way while I'm busy. Interesting. I wonder if I wore less, if that would get your attention. Yes, busy. Out of the way of, work. And my quote-unquote side hustle, as mentioned before. The one I plead the fifth about. Yes, you do worry too much. I can assure you, I am just fine, and that's all that matters, right? What work? It doesn't matter. I'm not doing it right now, so it doesn't need any attention. Oh, I'm glad you're thinking about me. But you're here, I'm here, nobody else to worry about. Seems I'm quite tense. Perhaps I worked myself too hard. I might have to take a bit of a break. I shouldn't be pushing myself too hard. I suppose I should spend today resting up, as opposed to being active, like I was last night. I would accept any gift from you. Anything that was in your possession is very important to me, so I will gladly accept it. Any skeletons in the closet? Nope, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know everything there is to know that matters. I don't know what you're talking about. I love giving gifts. I think the handmade gifts are the best kind, but I know that's not always in the realm of possibilities. But I would love to spoil you with presents. My love language. I'm not sure if I have a particular one. I think all of them kind of relate to me a bit. They all speak to me in a way that is important. But... perhaps... physical? I do enjoy holding you. Feeling you makes me feel a lot better. What I paint. I'm not too big on making a mess, unless it's worth my time. But... I guess it would give us opportunities to give each other more gifts. So maybe it'd be worth it. Well, I don't mind a little bit of teasing, but too much and I'll have to put you back in your place. Can't go too far. Saying I love you in the first date is quick. Maybe for you, but I've been holding on to this feeling for years. So, if anything, I think I waited a bit too long. But I suppose that's all right. I mean, I got what I wanted. What is that? Plane number 3 flying overhead? How irritating. Another person who likes physical touch. I'm sure that'll work in both of our favors. I look forward to seeing how that goes. How annoying. Can you imagine having to deal with that all day? I can't. I'd much rather be by myself. No animals. Just me and you. No distractions. Well, as much as I can relate to having control over someone, I do like to play fair. So do let me know if there's anyone I need to get rid of, alright? I promise I can eliminate as many problems as within my realm of possibilities. I'll do my best. Painting me as a gift. Though I'm not too fond of looking at myself. I think that'd be nice. I'd much rather you did a self-portrait for me to keep. They couldn't possibly be trying to find me. I've left nothing for them to look for. Hand-holding is a bit too much. I think that might cause some problems in the future. I have a lot in store. I think you might just have to work yourself up to it. Though it is a pretty delicate thing to hold somebody by such little contact. Maybe once in a while it'll be okay. Unprotected hand-holding. I always wear gloves, but I'm willing to be a little risky when I'm home with you. Nothing. Don't worry about it. As mentioned before, if there's nothing left behind, then that means there's nothing else to think about but me. So it's fine. Well, that is quite flattering that you don't mind looking at me. I might have to take advantage of that a bit. I wouldn't mind giving you a picture of myself, though. The reminder that you belong to me and that I will be back for you. It does make me very happy that you like looking at me, though. I'll have to remember that for the future. Yes, I would like to decorate the basement with you. I wouldn't mind it. As I did promise that we could go out shopping together, looking for things to make it feel more like home. It is your space, after all. I am still a bit wary about going out in public, with or without you. But I can make the arrangements for you. Couple photos. I guess I do have a lot of photos of you that I've taken on my own, but I don't have any of us together. I think that can be arranged. It'd be nice to finally have a picture of the two of us spending time with each other in my album. Yes, I did promise we would decorate it together. So, I guess we can do that sometime soon then. I guess having some stuffed animals and such is alright. Just don't pick them over me, okay? How many? I'll leave that to your imagination. It's a secret. Besides, I have no idea how many I have. That's why I keep them all in the same place. No, you could not dress me up in anything costume related. I don't mind you picking out clothes for me, but for something like a holiday, I'd rather not. That's a good question. Painting the walls would be alright. It'd make for a fun afternoon activity together and give us some time to bond. But I'm not leaving them on the couch by themselves. That would be not very gentlemanlike of me. I'd rather you stay in my room with me. With proper precautions, of course. But spending an evening or two in my room would be alright. At least I think so. Matching rings. I used to wear rings quite a bit. I still wear them underneath my gloves every now and again. I'd love to get matching rings with you. But you'd never be allowed to take it off. I hope you know that. Let's see. What would be a good alternative to rings? Well, there are a lot of other possibilities. A lot of other options for jewelry, like necklaces and such. Though I suppose something more permanent might be a better option. Do I have a personal vendetta against holidays? I've never celebrated them growing up, so I have no personal attachment to them. But I especially don't want anything to do with children. The holiday, specifically for kids to run amok, is the worst time of year. Call me unfun, that's fine. Anything to get away from the annoying commotion that goes on outside. A ring on a necklace could work. I was thinking about that. But I guess that would also be a fun date idea. Looking around for something for us to wear together that works for each other. I can't imagine someone like me being scary. That has to be completely unheard of. During the time we were together, I definitely missed you every moment we weren't in the same room, any time we weren't face to face. I was very eager for the next time we'd meet. Too eager at that. I got very impatient, and that led to quite a lot of pictures. Valentine's Day. Up until now, it's probably been one of my least favorite holidays. Constant reminder that I couldn't have you. Practically drove me mad. But now, I have a reason to look forward to it. I'm quite excited about it. I know it's a bit far, a bit away, but it's not too early to start planning. Walk in the park, maybe at sunset. I also wouldn't mind taking you with me for my morning jogs. Parks are a little bit difficult though, because they tend to be fairly busy early in the morning with other people taking their morning walks. And then as it gets later, you're more likely to come across obnoxious teenagers. But I do know a few trails on my own that tend to be fairly barren, so they would make good places for dates. Halloween costumes are very strange, for a lack of better words. Kids can do what they want. Just keep it away from me. Halloween might be fun when you're one of the children, but when you're an adult that wants to be left alone, it's not exactly the most fun thing. I'd much rather give my attention to you than the people that I don't know knocking on my door, begging for attention. Matching outfits. That would be interesting. Perhaps something more dressy would be more up my lane. A matching suit to go with your outfit. I think that would be nice. I think I'd like seeing you in my clothes. I don't know how well they would fit and how comfortable they would be, but I think seeing you in something that's mine would be enticing, to say the least. No, there is no bat, remember? It's just me here. No reason to be looking at it, no reason to be reminded. Just me, alright? The pictures. Well, perhaps one day I can go through them with you, though I think that might be a little bit embarrassing on your part, given that you weren't aware of my presence. Come on now, no need to bring up anything that's not right here with us. The chair is at work, which means all you have to do is remember me, the one who is holding it. That's it. Yes, jogging can be quite taxing sometimes. I wonder if I'd be able to carry you while going for my morning jog. That'd be a fun task. Jogging is fairly taxing, I will not lie. But it is important for me. I have to be able to keep up my stamina after all. Ugh. Would I give candy to children? No. I am not even leaving the lights on in my house on Halloween. I don't want anyone approaching my house. Ever. Especially on a day where there are children around. What, me? Scary? I've never heard of such a thing. I can't imagine what would make me intimidating. Well, the idea of a surprise wedding is a bit fun. But I would like you to have some part in it. I'd like you to be able to make it as comfortable as possible. I'd want you to enjoy it. Not that I don't already know your preferences, but I think planning something like that together is what makes it special. Couple weightlifting. I wouldn't mind carrying you. I think that would be a fun little requirement for me to do. Pick you up at least once every day. At least I'd be ensuring I get, one hug a day. But that's obviously not enough. I'd have to take it further than that. Oh, I know all about hiding spots. I have quite a few blind spots that I know about. Places that are somewhat in public, but are just around corners where there are no cameras. I've been keeping track of them over the years of being in my neighborhood, and I've gotten quite good about pointing them out. Of course I sound innocent and pure. That's what I am, right? Kidding, of course. I don't think I'd let you tickle me. I can't say I'm that ticklish, but that's a bit much. I don't mind you touching me in another way, though. Having your hands elsewhere might be a bit better. Don't take me by surprise, though. You might get hurt. It won't be my fault, though. What, you think you can plan an escape? Not on my watch. That has been something I think about quite a lot, if you've ever wanted children. It's been a big conflict for me, because I want absolutely nothing to do with them, as I've said many times. I can't stand children. I'm not sure if I could say how that would go. I certainly don't want to pass my madness on to another breathing being. That certainly would be unfortunate. I wouldn't want anyone else to be as damaged as me. I suppose we'll just have to think about it a bit more. Good point. Why bother with children when you have me? Ah, you'd like to spoil me? Well, I do like the idea of you giving me all of your attention. I think that'd be... well... I think I might like it a bit too much. But I won't talk you down from it. Feel free to have your fun. Besides, I'll pay you back for it eventually. Well, I'd like to spoil you as well, which would mean I'd have no reason to look away from you. Which would also mean you have no reason to get away. I'm not letting you have any opportunities to do so. So you're staying right here, with me. What if you manage to escape? That's not going to happen. I'd never let my guard down. And besides, if I did put my trust in you to not take advantage of me, and you took advantage of that trust, I can assure you, you would not have as much freedom from that point on, and I'd be watching very closely over you. And you definitely wouldn't be getting out of it without a punishment. Of course I'll make your favorite foods for you. That's what I do best, after all. Giving you attention is all I need. I couldn't let you go hungry either. That wouldn't do. Would let you roam around the house. Maybe if you earn it. But if you try anything suspicious, that trust and that opportunity would definitely not last very long. You don't have to tell me that you won't escape. I'm not going to let that happen. It's not an option. What if I found you outside of the basement? It would certainly be concerning as to how you got out on your own. But if you were only minding your business, I might consider letting you out more often. Are the windows in the basement? No, of course not. But I have plenty of lamps that I could let you have in there, so it's not too dark. Well, baby, let me help you earn it. Not if you have ulterior motives. I won't accept your attention that way. If you misbehave too much, well, I won't say what I'll do then. Let's just hope it never gets to that point. Do you think I'm cute? That's not exactly a word I would choose for myself. But, I guess it's alright. What if Darling wanted to wear a more skimpy Halloween costume? It doesn't have to be Halloween to wear something more revealing. I'd let that happen any day. I don't need a holiday as an excuse. are there cameras at my job? As I mentioned before, I am very good about noticing blind spots. Before I even had the appointment with you, I made sure to figure out where those blind spots were, and then completely plan out a thorough path to make sure that nobody would get in the way. Simple. It took a bit of work, but I took many precautions to make sure that nothing would distract me. Please, I'd make sure you get all your vitamins. I know I said I'd cook you all your favorite meals, but I have to make sure you stay in good condition. Wouldn't want you getting anemic or anything on me. Ah, is it cold for you? I could always warm you up myself. It's a bit cold in the basement, but I have personal heaters, plug-in ones. I also have a heated blanket that you could use. With me, of course. What conditioner do I use? I'm not very particular about how I take care of my hair. It's dyed, but that's about it. I use fairly standard soaps. Nothing too complicated. I don't want to stick out too much. I don't want people having any particular characteristics that they can pick me out by. I can only do so much about my appearance, but anything else I will try to stay as down low as possible. Security guard. It's an optometry office. We don't really have security. We have cameras. Can you braid my hair? I don't know how long it would need to be for you to have a successful braid, but I wouldn't mind you taking care of it. I think having you brush my hair would be nice. What if they wanted to see their family? I'm not sure if I could risk that. You don't have to worry about them anymore anyways. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, you're not in any danger, right? You're perfectly willing to stay with me. Not being held against your will. No, you chose to stay here. That's what they'll say. That's what they know. Yes, my hair is dyed. Naturally, it's a bit of a cyan color. It's an obnoxiously bright color. I wanted to keep it blue, so I just went dark. I haven't dyed it in a while, though, so it's a bit faded, but it doesn't matter. Yes, the hair still does get quite a bit of attention, but not as much attention as the cyan. So, picking my battles. I'm glad you think it looks okay, though. Yes, there's not much I can do about my height. It does get a bit of attention around the office, but there are a couple of people that are around the same height as me, so it's not too bad. The name of my bat. What bat? I don't know what you're talking about. What chair? I don't know what you're talking about. There aren't any in here. Have I made contact with your family? No, I don't need to. But if I ever had to write a letter, I'd be okay with doing that. I would just tell the truth, that you and I belong together, and that we won't be separated anytime soon, and you'll be staying with me. Cat-like personality. I'll take that as a compliment. But I suppose I do know how to get my way around an area quietly. What do you mean? I'm only a professional optometrist. Nothing else. No, I can't name the bat. If I do that, that opens up more opportunities for you to put attention on that and not me. So that's not an option. Ugh, what if darling was an arranged marriage? I guess I'd have to make some arrangements of my own. The bat is real, but it's in the past, so it doesn't matter. Simple. No bat at all. Maybe there was one, once upon a time. Not anymore. I had to dispose of it after all, so it doesn't matter. That's quite the comparison to make. Yes, take my word for it. There's nothing to worry about. Just think about me, and that's all. No problems, right? You're right, and there's no chair here either. That's in the past, remember? Yes, the very comfortable basement that I am spending my hard-earned money being able to keep intact. Right? Of course. I wouldn't lie about anything that's important. What am I sitting on? Not the chair you got hit with, so it doesn't matter. Sorry, I can't let you go. I have no other way to show you how much I love you without you being right in front of me. So, I can't let you out of my grasp. I haven't admitted to anything. I haven't lied about anything either. I told you I wouldn't lie about anything important. No, that is not correct. The bat is just an item. It's worthless. It got us through a few things. It has helped me a little bit, but ultimately it is not holding together anything important. You, on the other hand, are with me right now. You're important. So that's not in the past. Yes, exactly. The kidnapping wasn't important, because that's in the past. But you're still here with me right now. Not against your will. Correct? I'm only teasing. A little. But you wouldn't dare try to get away from me, would you? No, you love me too much for that. You wouldn't go anywhere. Really, I can't kidnap something that belongs to me. That wouldn't be kidnapping. That's just taking what's mine. What, you'll be nice so that I can spoil you? I guess I'm okay with that. Just don't fight back. I don't think I'd ever get to a point where I'd be in front of a jury. I don't plan on getting caught anytime soon. But I think that might be a bit of an entertaining conversation. I'm a very honest person, remember? Where it's important. Opening a window. You'd have to get out of the basement in order to do that. Would I trust my darling to a doctor if they were sick? Not without me. I am not letting anybody put their hands on you without me present. In fact, I'd rather it didn't happen at all. I'd do everything I can to help you before we get you into public. Regardless, you would not be going to an appointment by yourself, ever. Doesn't the basement need a window for emergency reasons? What reason could you possibly have to need to open a window? As I mentioned before, I would much rather cook something for you myself. Though a break might be good once in a while. I probably wouldn't eat anything myself. Would I let you paint my nails? It's been quite a while since I've done that. Maybe. I'd have to make sure they're protected by my gloves for the most part. Ugh, that dog. Good thing I have no reason to go outside right now. What if the house is on fire? Well, if you really were trapped in there, I guess we just have to die together then. If somebody broke into the house, they would have a damn hard time getting into the basement. But you think I'd really let somebody get that far into my house? No, I have cameras in my house. Another stalker. I have competition. That won't last long. Makeup. I'm not too big on makeup. I don't think I've ever worn any, but I've also had no reason to. I'm sure we could find something else to do. Till death do us part. What kind of cameras? Security cameras, of course. I'm not letting my house go completely unattended. Yes, there are cameras just about everywhere. But they've been there for a while. I've had cameras in my place of residence long before since I met you. But they certainly do come in handy. I mean, I don't like missing anything. I mean, what if you do something particularly cute while I'm at work? I wouldn't want to miss that. What if the house caught on fire while you were at work? Security system is connected to my phone. I would know right away if something were wrong. And something as serious as that would definitely give me an excuse to leave work. But also, what would you have to be doing for the house to catch on fire by itself? If you're by yourself in the basement behaving, there'd be no reason for that, right? So I shouldn't have to worry about that. Oh, please do not mess with my hair. Unless you're brushing it, I don't want anything touching it. Though I guess I wouldn't mind you running your hands through it, but that's about it. No, there are no cameras in the bathroom. There's just one outside of the bathroom, so I can see if anybody goes in or out of it. Now, why would somebody break into my house just to set it on fire? If they knew there were a captive in there, wouldn't they take you first? Besides, that's a problem in and of itself. I have quite the security system. It would take a lot for somebody to get into my house. It takes a lot for somebody to get out of my house, clearly. Never visiting the eye doctor again. You don't have to, you have me. Free appointments. I can have your glasses replaced at any point in time. You won't even have to leave the comfort of your basement bed. I was very considerate, believe it or not. The basement does not have cameras. There are cameras facing the basement door, but there are no cameras in the basement. I wanted to give you a little bit of privacy. But trust me, it took a lot of self-control for that. I was very tempted to leave at least one in there facing the bed. You come on now, you couldn't leave a bad review on me. Then you'd be lying. And I don't like liars. Besides, how would you do that? Loki kinda kidnapped me. As I said before, I can't kidnap something that is in my possession. I can't kidnap something that belongs to me. It's just taking what's mine. Oh, I'm glad you think I'm cute. Oh, well, if we're together, then that means you get to hear my voice all day. Conversation always circles back to my looks. Of course, because you're looking at me, and nobody else, right? Of course you'd only be thinking about me. Bunch of people pursuing me. Not particularly. I don't exactly have the most welcoming presence. See, when I'm around you, I'm a lot more sultry. But at work, in public, I'm a very no-nonsense kind of person. I'm not approachable. I give off an energy that says, do not bother me. And if anybody tries to go against that, well, they deserve everything that follows. I don't give a damn about that bastard at work. He doesn't matter. In fact, there's no reason for his name to even come out of your mouth. Lovely. Well, I couldn't take that risk. I had to ensure that I would get what I wanted no matter what. Lovely. Have some distracting noises now. Though we have hit the 2-hour mark, I suppose this would be a good time to close things up. I guess I'll give it a few more minutes. What if you asked me out first? Well, of course I'd say yes. That doesn't mean I wouldn't give you a place to stay, though. Just means things would have gone a bit differently. Yes, I'm glad things went so well. I wasn't expecting it to get so busy. But it was fun. I missed you. But I do have some business to tend to, so perhaps we'll catch up another time. What a busy day. Yes, I had a very fun time. So, do take care, okay? I will see you all next time. Be safe, and don't forget about me, okay? Not that you have a choice. I'll see you soon.